I'm just trying to adjust all my cameras because we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and on YouTube at the same time. Thank you, everybody. It's good to have you in the studio. Wow, we are going another dimension tonight, and this is the first time we are doing this, and we have the opportunity to use Zoom, so we are connecting to a lot of people. Basically, everyone that's joined us, I'm going to mute you all until such a time that we want to ask you questions. Thank you very much. I can see a lot of people in the studio. We have up to, I think, over 10 people in the studio at the moment. That's very, very exciting. But we are live on Facebook as well, and Instagram and YouTube. Unfortunately, they are not going to see you guys. They're only going to see me, but Facebook is seeing everybody. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's good to see you. Now, this evening on the Wise Builders, you're welcome to the Wise Builders, and my name is Dolapo Agoro Adeniyi. If tonight is the first time you are joining us, we really appreciate you, and we thank you. And if you have always been joining us in the Wise Builders, the way we do is I present the Wise Builders every Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. And then I've got in studio with me a lot of people today, but I've got a co-host on this show tonight, and is Mr. Ibrahim Brahimo. The reason why I decided to bring somebody live, and it's going to be like this in the next couple of weeks, I've always been doing the presentation, but I want people to hear from the horse's mouth. So this week we are having Mr. Brahimo, who's going to talk to us about what a man wants in a woman. And from next week, we are going to switch over. We're going to do what a woman wants in a man. And subsequently, that's the way it's going to be. So now, Mr. Brahimo, before I hand over to you, I just want to show a little short intro about Mr. Brahimo. And it's going to be, sorry, I'm going to spotlight both of us. Spotlight video, and I'm going to spotlight myself as well. Yeah, so both of us will be in the camera, so other people will not be seen. So once you start talking, I'll be spotlighting you. I'm on spotlight now. So basically, thank you very much. I didn't know how to remove that voice. But apologies, it's just showing us people joining us. So the way we're going to go, as I said, I'm going to introduce the questions I'll be asking Mr. Brahimo. Mr. Brahimo will answer, then we'll open this floor for the members in the house to throw questions. Please don't be lenient. Ask him. All these men bully us so much. We try everything every day. They tell us we go to church, we fast, we pray, we are trendy. You see a man, you're trendy, is telling you you're not trendy enough. Somebody was just saying, I want my woman to be trendy. The other one says, oh, she's too trendy. So where are we going to, we don't know what to do. So we're going to be inviting real men into the studio from time to time in the next couple of weeks. So over to you, Mr. Brahimo. I want you to introduce yourself first. Then start telling us what a man really wants in a woman. We want to be real. We want you to be real, sir. Bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pastor Dolly.
You're welcome, sir.
My name is Emmanuel Brahimo. I am a solicitor by training, and also a mortgage advisor, and also financial advisor and some protection. I am a married person with children, happily married to Nifunga. And it's very interesting when Pastor Dolly invited me to this program to talk about what a man wants in a woman. I say, wow, what a man wants in a woman. Sometimes I picture my wife in front of me to have a kind of the semblance of what I expect from a woman. Let me just sound a note of warning here that, you know, what you want from a, what a man wants from a woman can be relative. It can move, it can shift from what a person wants to another. They normally say one man's meat is another man's poison. But in essence, there are certain things that may be similar to what everybody wants, a man wants in a woman. One of the things I will mention is affection. Affection, genuine affection. You know, genuine affection. You want a woman that really loves you. You know, that you know deep inside, she loves you for your sake, not because of what she wants to get from you or any other thing. You want the affection to show. Some people will say, "Oh, I love my husband," or "I love my wife." I love my wife, husband. You know, it has to show. How do you show that? different ways of showing affection. You talk to yourself, you hold your hands in, maybe in public, or you send love messages to yourselves, talk to yourselves and hold shoulders and what have you. There are different ways to do that. So genuine affection is one of the first things people want from a woman.
Can I just ask you, sir, what do you want from a woman? Don't say people now. That's what we brought into the studio. As a man, and the women, we're going to, in a minute, after you say each point, I'm going to ask them if they really agree to what you have said. Because to me, what a man wants in a woman is a lot. In fact, affection does not come in number one. So as a matter of priority, but I know men differ. Because, when I started, as like, are we going to divide ourselves? One will tell us that this is what I want. The other one will say, let's be real. So what generally? Okay,
now, Pastor Dolly.
Yes, sir.
They say you can't explain what is inside.
Yes, sir.
When you talk about affection, the key thing, for example, that men can look at is attraction, and which could be physical attraction. She has to be physically attractive to the person. They normally say the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So beauty is relative. But to that man, this woman is beautiful.
Wow.
The beauty could be, some people like fair-skinned ladies, some like chocolate ladies like Pastor Dolly.
Wow.
Some like tall ladies. Some want skinny ones, like Lepa. Some want Orobo. You know what I mean by Orobo? That you carry go like this. It takes about 2 or 3 men to carry them upstairs. So beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but generally, the person, that woman must be attractive to the man.
I think that's a very good one, sir. I think that's a very good one. Somebody
physically attractive before you can even know what is inside.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Go on, sir.
Okay. And so there must also be chemistry. When we talk about chemistry now, when we're in secondary school now, you do chemistry, you do physics and biology. Of all the science subjects, to me, chemistry is the most important. In what a man wants in a woman. There must be a chemical reaction.
So what do you mean by chemistry, sir?
It's not hydrosulfuric acid.
Just go straight to your point. Don't give us all this chemistry and history business, sir.
Chemistry is, sometimes somebody say, oh, you've got butterflies. Or when you see a woman, something will tell you inside of you, shake you a little bit. Will be a bit of off balance.
Yes,
are we on Facebook?
We are Facebook. We are live on Facebook.
I'm also sure.
All right. Okay. What I'm just sharing you here on my page. We are streaming with the Wife Builder, but I'm live.
Trying to look at it.
It's now live on my page now. Yeah, go on, sir.
On your page, because I tried to look at it on Facebook.
Now go to my page now.
Your page.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what we mean by chemistry?
Yes, sir.
Chemistry is, when you see somebody just like, you remember, something will push inside of you, like, it's so indescribable. I like this lady. I like this girl. And what have you? It comes inside of you. It's very indescribable. You can't describe it. Something will tell you, I like this one. Chemical reaction is just like when Mary, Mary, the mother of Jesus, visited Elizabeth, carrying a baby. Something will move inside of you, both of you. So it could happen from the side of the man first. It could happen on the side of the woman. But I'm talking more of a man. Something like, I like this lady. Oh, she's fine. And what have you? I love the way she walks. I love the way she smiles. Oh, and what have you? And part of it could be the shape. I'm just telling you generally. Some people say figure 8. That can attract some people. Or figure 8, and you must be physically attractive. Then it is when you are now attracted to yourself physically, then you can start probing further to see whether there could be compatibility and other qualities that can come.
Okay, can I ask a question? Thank you very much so far. So for you, it's physical attraction, that you went to chemistry and all those things. But what most men say is that sex comes first. That's what a man needs. I know you are trying to make it look good. Like I said, this platform, we're going to go straight to the point and make it very, very down to earth. So for me, some people will say the best thing, that the first thing on a man's table is sex. You have a good sex and a man will go. That's why you see some prostitutes getting married and decent, innocent girls are not getting married because they are not groomed. We are not, we Christianity, we don't groom our girls on how to entertain their men very, very well in the bed. So some, I get that. Being a counselor, I get that so much. And then I get our women, I get most of them, and they are not satisfying their men. So I think what we need to talk more at this time is, to some other people, I hear that respect is the best thing a man wants. So what will you talk in that regard? I know things like affection and all those things. Before I open the floor for people to ask you the first set of questions, what will you think out of sex? Do you agree with me that in Christianity we don't groom our ladies for sex? Do you know that?
Yes, I can tell you that.
And as a married man that's been married for years, would you say that is a very, very important thing? Because it's something that nobody teaches us. But some of our girls were so naive, and some of these men, they've tested 1 or 2 women before getting married to us. So they date us, and we know sex is not acceptable, but our children do whatever they are thinking. We are discouraging it, and it's against the scripture. But what we're trying to say is there's a lot of divorce now because people they're not enjoying their spouses, and then so I don't know what you want to say about that before Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
We used to say something where I come from.
Yes, sir.
Well, Chinese background on Sudra Beniku. You are hitting the nail on the head.
That's it, sir.
Most Christians hide away from certain facts. Sex is a major drive in a relationship. What can be? So perception of sex can be as well. For example, in a relationship, you want from a woman, somebody that will give you good sex. Have to be. Most of us are here. We are adults, so you want good sex.
Yes, sir.
You want to have satisfying sex. You don't want a woman that will be telling you every night that I want to sleep. I have a headache.
So if you marry such, if you end up like, let's say, I know you are a Christian now, and you end up marrying a woman, and then she start telling you headache today in the bed, tomorrow is pain neck. As a man, how would you go? Maybe what? Pause me a second. I'm going to unmute everybody in the house because we want to make it interactive. Hello, everybody in the studio. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're all welcome to the Wise Video. Thank you. We're appreciating you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you all on mute because we don't want background noise. So there's a button. If you look at the bottom of your device, there's a button there that shows reaction. So it's either you press that or you raise your hand up if you have anything to say. So I'm going to mute everyone now, right? So I'm going to mute you, or which I've muted you, and I'm going to unmute Mr. Brimo. Oh my days. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So please, if anybody has a question, raise up your hands. Is it that you do the reaction button and I see your hand and I'll call you if you have anything to ask him at any time, because I want him to flow.
Pastor Dolly, I can nominate some people. I can see some faces here. I can nominate them straight away and ask you to unmute them.
Okay.
If you can mute Mrs. Olatunji Ojo, for example.
Okay. Hello.
Mr. and Mrs. Olatunji Ojo, they are there.
All right. I've just unmuted them. Hello, Mr. Olatunji and Mrs. Olatunji Ojo. So please, do you have anything to say? Because we want to keep this thing real. We are talking about what a man wants in a woman. Our women are not satisfying our men, or maybe it's our men that are not satisfying our women. We don't want divorces the way it's going on. So we want to be real. We want to teach them. We're going to do a lot of all this stuff and bring a lot of guests online to talk to us about how we can entertain our men and do well. I have some things I've written down, but I want it to come from everyone. Thank you. So, Mr. Olatunji Ojo, I'm going to put you on spotlight now so that people can see you. Thank you.
Let me say, to start with, We're talking about married or single.
For now, we are talking about married. You can deal with the two actually, because it's one that's leading to the other.
One major thing personally that I like about my woman is to be honest.
Okay, sir.
To me, every other thing is ambition.
Okay.
You want to have a woman that will say, when I yes means yes. There's nothing as peaceful as having a woman like that. These days, it's always very challenging to have such. So to me, that's one basic thing. Every other thing, yeah, you can talk about it.
Okay.
And having sex with a woman every day, and she's not honest. She's like, can be close to me, but her mind is not is far apart from you. It's very, very vital, but I like it. I want it, but first thing is, you need to be an honest woman.
Wow, thank you very much. Can you see, viewers, that this is getting interesting? So one man, that's what they mean, that but one man's meat is another man's poison. For Mr. Ojo here, he's saying honesty. So sex is not anything to him. And attraction, physical, you can be Miss Queen or Miss of the world. If you are dishonest, you will not meet him. So you can use the old makeup and groom yourself and trend and do everything, and you will not keep him if he's a man that you really. So a lot of people will have lost potential husband. And if you look at what is going on nowadays, you find out that people are so dishonest. They don't know that this is what something that men are looking into. So then after you marry, sir, before I leave your side and go back to Mr. Brahmo, after marriage, what keeps you? Yeah, you saw honesty, your pretty wife. I can see her, she's very beautiful, but I'm finer than you, ma. So
I know. My sister is finer than my brother.
Hey. So we have you now. You've been married for how many years, sir? So 18 years.
18 years.
To God be the glory. And you're still counting in Jesus' name.
I've been best friend for about 27 years.
Courted for 9 years. Yeah.
Wow. Courted for 9 years. Nowadays, some people are discouraging long courtship. So we bless God for that. So after that 18 years, what has kept you in love with her? Is this the same honesty or something else?
Okay, I think it's men's time today, isn't it?
Yes, it's men's time today. Yeah, but she can chip in. She can chip in, but
I don't want to take it away.
okay.
One thing about sex is very vital in marriage.
Yes, sir.
Very, very vital. You carry that out.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, most times when you have your woman, you've been having her every day. You have her every day. You get tired of her. It's normal, it's natural. Somebody you meet every day. But one thing about if you have genuine love for a woman, you see beyond that. You don't see her on the bed. You see beyond what you're looking at. And that keeps you going. That's one thing again. Another one is when you have a woman that is I do appreciate the fact that respect is reciprocal. But when your woman is respectful, it goes a long way. I know we African men, we like that ego of, but at the same time, when a woman gives you that honor, some women don't get this right. Oh, my husband is too proud. You want me to respect her? You want me to be? You want to be? But whilst women will do that, people in that respect will hold your man like that. That's why when you see a woman that knows how to handle a man well, when you see a woman that knows how to handle a man, people will say, "Oh, he has just a woman, and he's giving you juju."
Voodoo, yeah.
But it's just that the woman knows how to handle it. It's the respect the woman wants. That's what you give to him. That we use the same respect to grab him.
Wow.
Respect to the extent that will be what you use, not weapon, one weapon, but that will give you that edge. Because you know what you want, you get what you want. Don't go that way.
Wow, thank you very much. You see, that's very interesting. Before I let you go, I've had this thing about act of general statistics. In all fairness, before it was that sex is number one on what a man wants most. But we found that respect actually, men, ego, naturally men, a young boy, if you have a son that is 1 and you have daughters that are 6, 7, you see him trying to bully them. A man has that thing inborn that they want control. So though it's not to assert it over your wife, but I think what you said in line with it, general statistics actually, before it used to be sex, But after a lot of study, they realize that respect is coming number one for a man's need than sex. Because according to the statistics, a man can have sex with any prostitute, with anybody they see. But it is respect. Not, the way you honor your husband and respect, it keeps a man. So that's a very, very good one. Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to go back to Mr. Brimo now. And if there's anybody in the house, please raise up your hand, either virtually through that reaction button, which I'm watching, or you just raise it up and I'll see you in the studio and I'll pick you. But I'm over to Mr. Brimo now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, talking about respect there, let me just chip in a few things before I move to the next thing. Is part of the respect a man will expect from a woman is, number one, you expect the lady to actively listen to him when he talks, not interrupt him, to value his opinion. Number two, also to avoid making things like any negative comments about his thoughts or opinions.
Wow.
So many men don't like their views to be, how will I call it, to be undermined in a way, and also to generally be positive and thankful, showing consideration to a man, those are then apart from that, we call eye roll, not to use eye roll when you disagree with the man, you can,
language,
that kind of, there are certain ways a man can feel disrespected. So if a woman shows respect, it goes a long way in affection. But apart from that, one of the major things that a man wants is appreciation and affirmation. Appreciation. What do I mean by this? It means that, a woman needs to compliment his man. You need to compliment your man. Genuinely compliment him. And make sure that the complimentary remarks are genuine and sporadic. It doesn't have to be planned, Simple things like you kissing your man, or you tell him that you admire him as a person, even without, on a spontaneous basis. Then let your husband also know, or your man know, that you appreciate his hard work, or you tell your husband how good looking he is.
So what you're saying is we should always compliment our men.
Yes. Appreciate it, he's fine. And what have you now? With his beard and what have you need to compliment him. It's not only women that are beautiful, men too are handsome. Make your man feel love. Let him feel the world. So I really appreciate you. Are the best person in the world. And what have you? Genuinely, look at him in his eyes. Look eye like this. Let him know that you genuinely appreciate him. And also thank him for taking good care of your family. Those are some of those things that you need to do in terms of appreciating what it is.
Okay, I'll take a minute, then I'll see. Is anybody in the house that has anything? Even on Facebook, please. I'm monitoring my feed on Facebook. Drop your comments, drop your questions, and we'll take it up in the studio. I've got all the devices on, and I can watch that's why I'm looking down to see if there's anything coming in that we want to pick up. So is there anything, anybody in the house, you have anything to ask before we fire on? Nobody wants to ask anything. Go on, sir.
All right, I also want to add that men, another thing a man will want in a woman is he wants a woman that's fun to be with. Like, for example, similar values, similar ideals. So fun to be, not somebody who is too, how will I call it? In my own perspective, sometimes it can be serious, sometimes it's fun to be with. Singing, maybe you have something we share together. We sing songs and what have you. We share values together. For example, now, my wife and I, we share songs together. There are certain songs, when I share with her, I know it's like unlocking the button, Sometimes when you sing, Olomi Jowo, Deka Joma, Ayatomo Yayi, which woman will not love that?
Sure.
Or you sing Olomi, Oloromi.
So that is part of your love trick now, to be singing at home.
Well, you should be fun to be with.
Okay, what if your wife is not the type that sings? When you sing Olomi, and she's just like, oh, if you mistake, leave me alone, Joe. So that mean that you will not, she won't appeal to you again?
Actually, you must have gone through a bit of maybe courtship to understand yourself, you know. So you know, for example, you know, because iron should sharpen iron. You know, oh, this person is not compatible with me or what have you. There must be a connection. You know, I told you about chemistry. There must be something that connects you. You, A to B. It could be songs, it could be sports, it could be academics, you know, and what have you. Part of mine, for example, is music. I love music, you know, and what have you. So, for example, if you sing to a song, my wife's name is Fumi, and I sing Fumila, Ayo Igbala, even if she's annoyed, she will listen.
Hey, can you hear that? Oh, people, they say to us that song, they are using song to jazz women. So
that is it.
So song.
I don't have to, what I have, I can use to jazz her songs.
Okay.
Love songs that are genuine.
That's a good one. Anybody in the house that wants to say anything? So if you marry me, or if you marry your wife, I know you're married, as in you marry somebody as a man, and then she's suddenly all these things that you said you've seen in her, you know, so far we've had about respect, so far we've had about sex, good sex. I said good sex. Men loves good sex. Let's not undertone it here. Men love good sex. They like it more than food. So let's assume she starts complaining of headache today, back pain tomorrow, shoulder pain, and then some women will say, if you don't give me massage, you will not do show tonight. So all those things, let's assume all these songs that you saw in your woman, and suddenly she stops singing. You are saying for me like you're from like leave all those stories, you know, and things like that. You know, like Mr. Ojo said something earlier on. It's not easy living with the same person for 10 years, 18 years. You know, to God be the glory, you guys have been going for 20 years, 20-something years, 18 years. So if that person changed, what are the tips? How can you walk yourself back as a man? That's why we are bringing you to the studio, to help other people that they are fed up. A man came on this site last week. Unfortunately, I've not been able to follow the wife up, and he wanted me to chat his wife. I've tried, but he doesn't want me to let the wife know that is the one that's sending me. So I'm still struggling with how to penetrate to the wife that doesn't know me, you know, things like that. So for people generally watching this now, how can you address such issues, sir?
Okay. Number one, you can go back to the basics. Look at what's connected you in the past. You know, before the derailment, what was it? You know, I remember very well that David, when he was trying to do something, maybe going to war or something, he went to meet a prophet also. I think the man said, David, what you used to kill Goliath is still here.
True.
You understand? So you go back to say, what did you use to win her love in the first place? Did you get that? For example, if maybe you used to take her to one mama put before in the Oshodi, you know, or well, maybe you met in 805, then you can go back to 805 on wine or a particular place, maybe some resort or holidays and what have you. You go back there, you rekindle the love, rekindle the, you know, human memories are very, very strong. Rekindle it. Then also talk to yourselves. You talk to yourselves. Genuine talk, you know, let her flow, you know, and maybe when she talks, you'll be able to see what is wrong and where you can make amendments to win her love again.
Thank you, sir. Before you go on, there's a comment from Mommy Folasha Ogundeji JP on Facebook that says that's a good one, as in what you can do to really spice up your marriage. That you said a bit about it. I can chip in one or two, but Yewande, Madam Yewande in the studio, she's inside the studio. In the chat box is written, please can we examine why do women have headaches? As in when it's nighttime now, women, we always have headache. We say it's our head that's paining us today. It's
I think Brian wants to talk there, Pastor.
Okay. Okay.
He wants to speak.
Okay.
I want to also recognize Pastor Ibikule. He would like to speak. There is
okay, I'm trying to bring back Mr. Ojo now. Okay, I've seen him
on the screen.
Yeah, I'm muting him now. So are you okay, sir?
Thank you very much. I think before we go further to talking about why men get headache, maybe I want to add more to what my brother Emmanuel has said regarding how, on the question you asked, how do you get the woman back, or when she not get not do what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What do you do? How do you solve it? There's something I noticed about women and men. They are very, very different.
Mm.
If a man and a woman, let's say a wife, a couple, they have a bad news today, now, that's a shock to them.
Mm.
Men, an average man, give him like 12 hours, he will start having erection. He's ready to go.
Okay.
But the woman is still processing that bad news.
Yes.
That's how women operate sometimes. That's what I come to realize.
Mm.
They are more emotional, they are more deep than women.
Mm.
I used to have a female friend way back. So she was Nigerian. So she had a baby. So I just had another baby, the fourth baby. She said, oh, because my husband didn't have a job and was depressed.
Mm.
Can you imagine that? So well, that was depressed. So he said what he was always doing was having sex with her. If a woman is depressed, trust me, sex will last on her mind.
True.
So you want to find out why is the woman not forthcoming?
Okay.
Circumstances are surrounding the woman. You think she's okay, but she's got so many things. Your mind are always something very different. Even when you're having it, your mind is somewhere else, thinking about what you're not thinking about. So you just need to find out what's, like you said, what I said, communication is very important.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I can see Motilayo raising up her hand. So our camera is blank, but Motilayo, you are muted to take your question. Thank you. Thank you, Motilayo.
My question is not to Mr. Brahim or the couple. I remember the name.
Mr. Ojo.
My name is Mr. Ojo, and I've been married now for the past by God's grace. What do you mean by respect you, man? Because I believe respect and to respect me. You command respect you are. A lot of you say have to do for. That's one up to the children. If you respect them at home, like if
Motilayo, Mrs. Omoni, thank you very much. Please try and go to a better. Your reception was quite bad. It was breaking throughout. We hardly heard what you're saying. Your reception was breaking, but basically what I picked from it, if I'm right, you're still unmuted. What if I'm right is like Mr. Ojo talked about he wants respect. If a woman respects him, and you are trying to say respect is reciprocal, that you command respect, you don't demand respect. Is that right?
That's it, yes.
Okay, Mr. Ojo, please, can you help us? She said she's been married for how many years? Have you been married?
2 years. So
15.
You compare it. If you say to hello sir or something, I don't respect you, put her in a marriage. But what God has joined together, you are one. If I have it's just cooling side, and the other one is like the one training. Then I don't see it as a rich. That's why I said respect is focus. If you respect me, I respect you, and you value the marriage more than African mentality that is the head of the family. You have to respect a man. That's my own opinion. So I need clarification from Mr. Ojo.
Okay.
Thank you, sister. Let me start by this. You know, what I said initially about respect. My wife is here as my as my witness. I'm not a bully. I don't ask for the respect. This is how it works. And this is one of the things my wife does to me that really gets me, humbles me. I do ask her, so I say, where do you get that wisdom from? Is it your mom that taught you this wisdom? I have a nature. I'm a bit temperamental. We are human. We are different in the way we act. If I'm outside with my wife or in a public place, or even in the place of the children, if I behave irrationally with my temper or temperamental nature, my wife, she hardly respond to me, hardly. What she does, even if outside, she hardly respond to me. She may reply me as if nothing happened. By the time we get home, or we're together, she'll bring that case up, and she won't be grudging, or it won't show her attitude. We think everything's okay as ordinary men. By the time we get home, when we're together in private, you now say, TJ, no T, sorry, God said T. Story and T, I'm Tuji. Say T, do you know what you did last time? Or that time? Can you imagine people were there watching us, and you reacted like that? Or the children were there, you talk to me in their presence. How do you want them to feel? Crap, Dad, are you bringing up with these children? She will say it in a very humble way. Honestly, average my level of men will melt at that time. That makes me. I'll be like a fool. I'll be like, man, why did I do that for God? But if she had replied me there, if she had responded to me, what for what, where I did it. It could be what we're saying, I'm talking about the way she put to me. And most of the time, I apologize. And tomorrow, I will caution myself to do the same thing. But if you are different for fight all the time, you won't get your man. Trust me. I'm not saying men should be slaves, but at the same time, there are ways you need to really monitor your husband. And unfortunately, in our community, if anything goes wrong in a marriage, most people always say the woman. The woman always points to that for the woman. And come, woman owns the house. In the balance of you are better managers than us. You're just now cry. But if a woman knows how to handle the man, like I said, honestly, we are like chicken before them.
Wow.
If a woman knows how to handle a woman, we just be proportional all around. I mean, in a positive way. So I don't mean that women should always be the one to be like a slave. No. But at the same time, if a woman has told you in the bedroom how you behave, you apologize to her. Does that make you a bully to her at that time? No. It makes you, the Goliath in you has come down to David. And with that, you sort so many things out. Before even other people intervene. So that's my answer to the question.
Wow, that's a very nice one. Thank you very much, Mr. Ojo. It's been awesome having you. I don't know if Mr. Brahma wants to. So he's trying to say, he's told you from his perspective, and I think Mutulaya, you hear that it's not undermining the woman. When we say respect a man, your man, it's not about the cultural, it's a biblical thing from the context. A man is the head of the woman, is the head of the home. God created a man first before the woman. And the respect we are talking is about honoring, know how to address our men, don't drag them down, don't talk to them anyhow. I understand what she's trying to say as well, that respect is reciprocal. And that's what the problem with some of our Nigerian men. A woman is kneeling down, doing everything, but you are talking to her anyhow, you are demeaning her before people. It doesn't speak well. So I'm going to go on to Mr. Brahma. God bless you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Part of what I will expect or I will look out in a woman, I look out in a woman because I'm married, is understanding. Understanding, is a bit linked to respect. There must be understanding. You must understand. I expect a woman to understand my humanity, my frailties, because I'm human. To understand I can make mistakes. Coming with it is respect that comes with understanding. We know men are more logically minded. Women are more emotionally, oriented. Men are just about problem solving. The women, they dwell a lot on emotions, so not the respect. A man, I expect the woman to show a bit of understanding, and part of it, to be able to strike that chemistry of understanding, is I feel that men or the couple can make a commitment to talk daily, to have a daily dialogue, to talk daily together. They plan a daily dialogue exercise of about 20 minutes. You talk about things about, okay, positive questions. How did you, talk about banters about how you came to this relationship. Your certain things you like and what have you. There must be understanding. You must talk. Communication is part of the key things. I will come back.
Can I just ask you something? Sorry, sir. Can I just pause? This what you're saying is bringing something to light, and that's why I want us to look into as we are going on. A man, because everything this man is saying, this one wants respect, this one wants understanding, this one wants to. At what point do you call your spouse down to tell her this thing? Are these things that they just assumed, or you talk, or during courtship? And I like what Mr. Ojo said earlier on, that is this this can start for premarital and postmarital, as in once you're inside the marriage. So as in within the marriage, and it's not postmarital. Marriage is marriage has scattered post-marriage. So whilst you are inside the marriage, so what you are trying to say is, at what point would you sit the woman down to say, because some people say when you call us and say this is what I want, a woman take advantage. Like Mr. Ojo said that, okay, if my wife has to know where I'm vulnerable, has to know the kind of, would she not take advantage? Some people don't want to say things, some men don't want to say that because they think women will take advantage. So at what point, is it during courtship or after marriage, that you will say, okay, my dear or babe or whatever, this is what I want, these are the things, especially if she's not doing those things, if you are not seeing those things in what she's doing, at what stage would you want to do that? Thank you. I'm spotlighting Mr. Brimo back. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I feel is at every stage. When they say that do not allow anger, the sun to come down on your anger as early as you can. Sometimes you overlook certain things, okay? Because when two people are coming together, for example, in a relationship, whether marriage or just starting a relationship, they are coming from different backgrounds. And you don't expect, they are not clones. So you don't expect them to act exactly the same way. I was raised in my father's house, my mother's house. Your partner or your wife or your spouse can be raised up, will have been raised up in another house. So at the point that you know, if it's something very important to you,
true,
you need to, as soon as possible, genuinely, lovingly give the attention of that person.
Okay.
For example, what did you do and what have you? I think this is what's. Let the person know your expectation, because look, a lot of people put a lot of things in their mind and they don't say it out, and those things build on themselves. Before you know it, the relationship will start falling. So that's why you must try to nail the head. I mean, need the, what they call it, the stitching time saves 9. As soon as you discover this thing, oh, maybe it's a pattern. If it's a one-off, fine. If it's a pattern, genuinely correct the person, bring it to the person's attention, because we don't know. It may be me that may be hurting my wife or my partner or the woman. Maybe I don't know because of my upbringing. Look, I remember there's very well. I remember I was listening to a pastor was preaching one day, and he was saying that when the wife collected maybe salary, maybe her salary, she was spending it anyhow, and the husband said, "Oh, what is happening? You are spending your money now on your own." And I said, "Is it not my money?" He said, "Oh, it's your money. Okay, no problem." And the man now sat down and said, "What's making my wife to behave so individually minded?" He now discovered that she came from a highly polygamous home where the mothers have to fend for themselves. It's like the father is like alpha male, the father having about 10 wives. So it is the mother and her children. Mother 2, mother B and her children. So they are used to individual as a life. Unlike the husband was like, he came from a monogamous setting. So where the husband and wife, they work together that way. So the husband had to call the wife and tell him, this is what is happening. And they were able to make an adjustment in such a way. So as soon as you see certain pattern that you find reprehensible, bring it to the attention of that person. Don't expect your woman to always know what is inside of you. Or don't expect your man to always think of what is inside of him. There must be communication to be able to express what you like or what you don't like, and you take corrective action towards that.
Thank you very much. On that note, before you go, I had something in mind I was going to say before, but I'll bring it up now. And please, if you're in the house and there's on Facebook, there's nothing than a Bukayomi Anima Shaun that says thank you, and I hope I'm picking up that says nice one. So if you are up in the studio, please just either you write your question down in the chat. There's a chat box there. Press on the button chat, and I'll see your comment. I'll read it out, or raise up your hand.
Pastor, if you can bring up Pastor Ibikole there, let him have something to talk.
Ibikole.
Pastor,
is it Tokumbo? I don't know the Tokumbo. All right, I will come to him. Then I'll get him to answer this question. Thank you.
Pastor too.
Okay, I will ask Pastor to answer this one. So, as you were saying, you said something which is very, very important. Okay, I saw somebody with. I thought it was a question on Instagram. So, some of us women, like everybody knows, we gravitate towards our fathers. Our fathers are our first love. A girl child sees a man figure first, which is their father. So we tend to see, and I like that analogy that you gave about this girl that was from a polygamous home, and then she's seen what she's seen. So that's what she knows, the ideal about a marriage. So if her husband had not taken care, or she had not opened up, that would have been a lot of issues, and those are the issues we have nowadays. So thank you very much, sir. Another one that we want Pastor to address with it is, if you marry, personal hygiene. I remember I was at a conference and a woman mentioned something like this, that it took the husband to speak out for her. She too grew up in a polygamous home, right? And then she didn't like, in a polygamous home, especially is the, what do they call it? Like a barrack that you live. There's no man or woman. They are like, women are like tomboy. They don't even bath 2-3 days. So all armpits bushy, down below bushy. So some men likes a woman with a clean shave. But nowadays with Christianity, men don't know how to tell them. And these are things they want to see outside. So this woman said she was all over the place. And at some point, close to divorce, the husband had to call her and said, listen, the way you're going, she doesn't bath. She doesn't know that personal hygiene. Some women will go to bed and they will expect their husband. They don't, women with secrets. We have hormones and everything. And down below might have got some little bit of stains. So at what point, some men don't want to say it. And some men, when they say it, they don't know how to say it. So all these things are part of, because I know we are all just going about this respect and everything, but I'm talking about real things that men will really...
Practical things.
Yeah, practical things. So the man had to call the woman and said to her, listen, I need my woman to shave her down below. Go and get the cream and shave your armpit. Do this. I need these kind of things in bed. And our daddies don't teach us those things. Our mommies don't teach us those things. They hide it from us. Some of us will get into the shower. Like when I was growing up, we would walk into our mother's room. It was later my father, when we were grown, and would send the boys away. I remember when my husband was still alive, I would be dressing in front of the kids. We say, what's the meaning of it? Because that's the way. We had an open, free home. But nowadays, those things are different. So at what point, I'm going to now unmute Pastor Tokubo, sir. So please, you're muted, sir. Talk to us, sir. I'm going to spotlight you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for the privilege. The first thing in every marriage, like we always tell people, in most marriages will either succeed or fail.
Can you make somebody's TV or something?
Yeah.
Shekina, can you go upstairs? Shekina. reduce your something I'm doing. Sorry, it's my daughter. Shekina, please reduce your. Reduce it. Okay. So I always tell people, if a marriage will succeed or fail, it starts from the period of courtship. It starts from the period of courtship. Number one, I always tell people, don't ever marry a man or a woman who is not your friend.
Wow.
You must be friends before you start talking about dating. And as friends, you start getting used to one another. You are able to share a lot of things. You are able to discuss. So that even when you go into courtship, before you get married, that is why we talk about courtship. Courtship is a period of knowing one another. It doesn't mean that you must marry that person. It is at that point you see the telltale signs of where am I going with this guy or this lady? Am I sure this thing is going to end well? If you know it's not likely to end well at that point, don't be sentimental about it. Let everybody go their different ways. You are not written together. That's number one. And that is because of that friendship that you had when you were courting, that friendship, you take it into the marriage. Because no matter how fantastic your courtship is, when you finally get married, there will still be one or two gray areas that no man foresaw.
True.
No matter the marriage counseling classes you go to and how many marriage counseling books you read, when you get married, finally, you start sleeping together, you start living together, seeing each other every day, things will come up. But because of the friendship, because of those classes that one has attended and everything, they will come into play then to help and put things in their right perspective. And so people will be able to sort things out. Mr. Abraham has talked about communication, which is very important in any marriage. But friendship is the basis for the success of any marriage. Because you are friendly, because you are friends, communication will not be difficult. When there are challenges, you will sit down to sort it out. And where you have a marriage whereby the husband and the wife are genuine friends of one another, it's easy for you to tease each other. It's easy for you to even sort challenging problems out through a kind of dialogue that also gives room for teasing yourselves. I'm talking from my own experience and from some I've seen. My wife and I, we are opposite poles. You understand? But at the same time, we're able to connect. And you also grow, and then the man must also be mature. The man must make up his mind that he wants to be matured to handle situations. Sorry, somebody's at the door. So these are the things. And the issue of somebody having headache, that somebody was saying the other time, that somebody has headache or no headache, or when a woman is something and so on was complaining. The man also should ask himself, because especially many men from
African background,
you need to understand that you have gotten to a level where if you want the cooperation of your wife, you must also be ready to help her.
Yes.
Help her, especially in housework.
Yes.
This is not Africa where you have a lot of house helps or family members. In most cases, it is only you and I to start with before the children even grow old. So when you now come home every day and you put your leg on the table, on the center table, and you are the landlord of the remote, changing one channel to the other, the woman is running up and down. She too has gone to work. She has come back, running up and down, cooking everything. And then around 11 p.m., you are now saying hello. And she tells you she's having a day. You need to have a rethink. How did I help her? So have you people sat down to decide how you sort out the housework? For some men, it may think it's demeaning, but it's not demeaning. The woman needs help. You are saying what the man wants from a woman. We also need to ask ourselves, what do we do as men for them? Just like one of our sisters said, that respect begets respect.
Yes, sir.
The man who wants respect, he must also give respect.
True.
You must also show concern. You must also show care before the woman will respect you. So what are you doing in the house to make life easier for your wife? For her to even honor you? For her to go out? One thing I've learned about women, sir, Amas, is that if you show the woman that you care for her well-being, there is nothing a woman will not do for her husband.
True.
There is nothing the woman will not do. In my house, every morning I wash the plates, I put the dresses in the washing machine, I spread them. The day my wife is not around, I take care of our daughter, get her to school, get them back and everything. I don't cook because unfortunately I wasn't taught how to cook. So she knows that is not my strength. But the elder areas over the house, do everything I can to do to make sure that life is easy for her. As much as that. Tell me, why would she not cooperate with me? Why would she not honor me? Well, I don't need to ask for respect. I don't need to even say anything, because I go out of my way to ensure that I also give her all the support, and she gives me all the support I also need in her own way and everything. So I want to encourage us, as much as we are saying this is what you want in a woman, you must also remember that we also have to play a role for her to give us that respect, that support, and everything we want from them.
Thank you, sir. Before you go, you passed a wonderful message. Please, people in the house, let's put our hands together for Pastor Tokunbo. I'm going to. Virtually, you can do your thumbs up. You see, what you have said, sir, is one of the issues that our African men will shy away from. And this is an issue for us, because we all are trying to say, I love this so much, that what we want. We've driven women. I know a woman that goes to church, she'll beg pastor, pray inside anointing oil for me. They'll pour anointing oil in the food of the man. We'll wake up in the middle of the night. You see us, we cook, we do everything we do. You want to enslave a woman, and she's working, and they will say she's not going to tell you that she has body pain, headache in the night. She's going to have headache in the night if you don't make if you don't make things easier for us. Because we women now, we're expected, your marriage is not working, a woman is the problem. We fast, we pray, they tell us, okay, put on weave on, makeup, do your armpits, cut pubic hair, cut here, go to gym, you are getting fat. It's because he's losing interest in you. Everything is because it's a woman that must hold the man. And we are driving men. That's why we are saying in UK now, women are kicking men out. This program is to discourage all things like that, because men, we are still driving these women to work so hard for us, and then in the night you want to be the chairman, like somebody said, of the remote, and you are watching remote, and then you meet her in bed tired, and then you tell her to open her legs, and she's telling you, it gets off my hand, and then things start progressing and goes into divorce. Please help us to round up on that, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Another thing I want to say quickly, I don't know, please, if there's anyone here, any married man, who for one reason or the other, you are still waiting on the Lord for the fruit of the womb, please, please, and please, it is not the fault of the woman alone. Both of you should go for medical checkup to know, for example, who has the problem. Most of the time, in my experience in the last 20-something years, most of the time, it is men. No sperm counts or something. But it is the men that will refuse to go for something, and the whole family will not be looking at the woman as a barren woman.
True.
And I'm talking from personal experience and what I've seen. So please, don't be egoistical about it. Don't be egoistical about it. If there's any problem, both of you should go, so that you know where the problem is and know how to solve that problem. That's number one. Number two, like Madam was saying, all I'm saying is that in a marriage, we are both partners in progress. Yes, the Bible says the woman should honor the husband. But the same Bible, to respect the husband. But the same Bible says the man also should love his wife.
Yes.
Love your wife. And even the Bible says that when you don't make your wife to be happy, your prayers will be hindered.
Mm.
So if a woman is not happy with a husband, the chances that that person may not make it in life is very high.
Mm. So
if there is any man who you know in your heart of hearts that you have hurt your wife at one point or the other, please tonight go and sue for peace and reconciliation and for forgiveness. If that woman forgives you from the bottom of her heart, I can guarantee you the door will open. That is one of the major reasons why many men are suffering. Because they have hurt their wives at one point in time, and the woman is still very, very bitter.
Mm.
So I beg of us, it's easy for us to say this is what you want in a woman. Yes, everybody wants something from his wife. I tell my wife what I want. I ask her what she wants. We sit down and discuss it. Even our sex life. I ask her, how do you want it? Do you enjoy it this way? And she tells me, and I tell her, this is how I enjoy it, this is how I like it. So there must be all these things, there must be communication. But the bottom line, this foundation of every successful marriage is you must first of all be friends of one another. If you are friends, there is nothing we not discuss with one another. I don't know if I've answered the question, man.
You have, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate.
As well, you raised certain points which are very important.
Yes.
Hello, Baba Laruza.
Oh, thank you. Please, can you let that person speak? That's from Nigeria.
Okay, what's the name? What's the name of that?
What's the name there? I think it's Sofubi.
Sorry?
No, the name.
What's your what name did you register your
iPhone?
Sorry?
Miss iPhone.
Wumi's
Miss iPhone.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
okay. So right. Yes, it's unmuted. So
Okay, can you speak?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful.
thank you, sir.
To everyone. Okay, that's great. Okay, there are some more questions and comments I want to make. Looking at the topic, what does a man want from a woman?
Yeah.
Now, and from the last speaker, the pastor that spoke, and then Mr. Brahim also too spoke earlier and some other. It's like they're saying that it's important that the man and the woman should be friends before they actually get married. But we know generally from experience that many marriages, I won't say most, but at least quite a sizable number of marriages, because now I'm talking about married people, probably they were never friends. There were different considerations that informed or propelled them into marriages.
Sure.
Now, these marriages have already been made. And as Christians, in the normal traditional proverbs, they will say, it's like you have to go and yam. But now you can't do that, because we say that once you are married, you can divorce. You can say, oh, I know I shouldn't have married her. She's you. So there was really no friendship as it were, but you are in the marriage and the Christendom, you are expected to stay together. Then, so what that means is that we're talking about people having compatible values and what they do. But we realize that these people don't have compatible values. So when you don't have compatible values, but you are in unions, you have children. So what do you do going forward? Now, your expectations now, the expectations of the man now, in view of that reality, is you're saying that as you have somebody, but this person has a totally different perspective from you. You have a totally different, you are not really friends. What interests her doesn't interest you. And so how do you manage that? So how do men manage the reality of the situation? Then talking about complication as well too. the communication also too, assuming you have, because again, to looking at the reality on the ground, in many cases, people are individuals, and we should remember, men and women, these are people who have different identities, and none is a slave. And even though you are the man, you can't just step on the woman, especially in Western world, even in Nigeria. So now you say, this is what I want, and at the end of the day, the woman doesn't buy that. The woman doesn't buy that. If there's an agreement, let's say you can make your case, you make a present. No, I don't believe in that. So what are you going to do? Are you going to say, okay, maybe let me just leave this? Or are you going to say, but I've told you this is what I want, and I want to get what I want? Or you have somebody who is just recalcitrant. What do you do? Are you going to say, I am the husband, and this is what I must get? Even though she may be the one who is unreasonable, but she's recalcitrant. That's the reality of today. So how do you manage such tensions and such crises? So I think by the time we look at that, I believe we will also be able to deal with tensions in homes and in families.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, especially for the fact that you are joining us from Nigeria. I'm going to bring Mr. Brahima on and then see what you want to say to that, sir. And then if anybody, please, if anybody in the house has something to say, it doesn't have to be this man. We love it that it's men that we want to hear from, but anybody that wants to ask a question or anything.
I saw somebody raise up hand the other time because his iPhone. I don't know who it was.
Okay, I will ask her then. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
So does anybody want to? Do you want to answer that, Mr. Brahima, or I put it to Pastor Tokumbo?
Okay.
Mr. Ojo is.
I didn't question.
Okay, I'll get Mr. Ojo to Mr. Ojo, sir, if you can answer the question.
Yeah, I don't know maybe I'm going to answer the question, but I have something in mind to say before that brother from Nigeria came in. What I'm going to add is that marriage is a bit complicated. It's a mystery. That's what I will say. Marriage is a mystery.
Can we highlight them, please?
Yeah. Go on.
So what I was saying was that marriage is a mystery. And we cannot, the topic today is that what do men want in women, if I get it right. If that is the case, what we need to talk about is that what is the foundation of that marriage? Like Pastor Jolly was saying, she was saying that, oh, they will say women has problems, they will fix this, they will fix that to pastor, they will go and pray, they will do a lot of things, and yet the marriage will still come to an end. But the foundation, the Bible says that the foundation should be destroyed. What will the righteous do? The foundation of the marriage, or what is going on in the marriage, does not happen during the marriage. It's a spiritual thing that has actually started even before they got married. So that's why we need, even as people, I will not say as Christians now, because I don't know maybe there is anybody from other faiths on the platform. I will just add that whatever we need to do, which I know that actually worked for me. My husband is talking about respect and all these things, but because I've actually started my marriage with God. Before I met him, I went on fasting and prayer. I told God what I wanted in the man that will come across to me, because I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And to the glory of God, everything I requested for was still. You know, so sometimes it's not like the other person calling from Nigeria was saying that, you know, sometimes the marriage is complicated already. Maybe somebody lives in the US and needed a wife, somebody matched two of them together. And maybe sometimes you are looking for money in the man, and you think the man is rich, but actually the man may not be rich. Maybe he was just trying to manage what he has there. So there's a lot of complication. And another thing is that we need to make our mind up. I want to stay in that marriage. I want my marriage to work. So when we have that mind, everything will work. And everybody is saying the same thing as well about friendship. My husband and I, the two of us are best friends. I call him sometimes when I'm like, oh, I just want to make him a bit happier today. I call him BFF, best friend forever. I don't have any friend like that outside myself. Anything I cannot tell my husband, I tell it to God. Other things we can talk about it, but there are some things that before anybody can hear, it is my husband. And I always try one thing as well, not let any of our arguments, we do argue, we are human, not to get outside the two of us. The two of us, we just have to stay around the two of us. So if you can manage, like everybody is talking about communication as well, you can communicate better. Communication is number one thing. I would say maybe number two thing. But the first thing is about God. We shouldn't forget about God in this issue. We just have to go back to basics because a lot of people marry for wrong reasons. But if you have actually thought about God before even going to marriage, things will be easier. What does men want in women will not be coming up because God knows how to manipulate those things. Well, we can't rule God out. I will say this. And I went to the two of us went for a marriage seminar just like this. And the marriage counselor that talked, an elderly man, he said there are three things that we have to recognize in marriage. Your spiritual life, your social life, sex is the last one. But the three exits we have to recognize in marriage. So there's a lot of things that people can do to make sure the marriage is working. But the best thing is to start with God. Don't start marriage. Don't have somebody in mind, oh, I want to marry this person, I want to do this. And when you start with God, God will make the load lighter for you. It's an heavy, I'll say marriage is heavy. It's a deep thing. Somebody called it when I was in school, all down people. Marriage is a mystery. The deeper you go into it, it's like you are in a court. You keep, every day, things will be changing, things will change. The person you know today, tomorrow he might be behaving for you. But when you have God, then God is ready to work in that marriage. The two of you have to be ready to stay in the marriage. So I don't know, maybe I'm making sense.
Thank you.
But that's what I just thought I have to say.
Thank you very much. You've made sense. Oh, your husband wanted to talk. Okay. Quickly, because there are a few things she raised that I want to, and a few comments on Facebook that I want to read out so that we can handle. Okay, sir.
Yes, just because you asked to answer a question that was asked. The man from Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
Brought up two wonderful cases.
Yes, sir.
Some years back, I used to do marriage counseling officially on Facebook. I got so many families, couples calling me and a friend telling me some things. What he mentioned exactly and things that really happen in marriage. We're talking about marriage that has already been established.
Yes, sir.
No friends, nothing. Not in the marriage now. The woman is, or the man, despite all the effort you're making, the wife, the husband is not making it work. Yes. What do you do?
Yes, sir.
Do you go for divorce? Do you say, I'm done with it?
Yes, sir.
I think in marriage, two people come together. Talk about marriage comes together. At any point in time, one of them have that genuine, either the two of them have it, or one of them have genuine marriage. So the one that actually want the marriage to work will try all his best possible to continue to make it work. There's a saying in Yoruba, and I always tell people, when the wife is, in the case when the husband is the one that wants it to work, and the wife is frustrated that effort. There's a saying in Yoruba that says, "Amambeya, when you walk about the way." And what that means in English is, you can prostrate for your wife, but people should not meet you up doing it. You should not see you doing it. There's nothing bad for a man if a woman is the one that is not making it work. Go on your knee, prostrate for her and beg her. Tell her, please, let this thing work, if only for the sake of the children. There's not pride in things. That's when it's a woman, it's a man that wants it to work. And if it's a woman, to do the same thing. And now go to my question, what if you tried all this and it's not working? What do you do? The Bible says 6. Can two work together? I said, you agree. They can work together.
Amos 3:3. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was. Unfortunately, because when it starts coming to violence, beating you, planning evil against you, doing all sorts of all the effort you put in. God is the boss, but you have to be alive and stay in marriage and live your life.
Okay.
I mean, if that happens.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I want us to refocus a little bit on what a man can.
Yeah, we are going there before. Okay, sir, Mr. Brahma. Yeah, I'm coming to that. We have to speed up with time. Yes, sir. Before we go on Facebook, I don't want to ignore them. Live on Facebook, Motulai Omoni for said bravo. Then Iye Osariemen said, understanding your own spouse means a lot. So men, they try to resonate with what Pastor Tokumbo said to understand your wife. And then Mutulaya reacted to what Pastor Tokumbo said, that you are too much, sir, full of wisdom about how he helps his wife and how he balances things. And then Mutulaya actually said counseling and communication. So those are the feedback on Facebook. But in the chat room, I'll let Mr. Brahima talk now. In chat room, we'll take your question. We have a question from Tolu. And we have another one from Happy. So please go on, sir, quickly.
Okay. I think, okay, it's a topic.
I'll read it out. You just address what you're saying, Mr. Brahma. I'll read that out. I will take it.
I'm talking about hygiene. You mentioned something about hygiene, which is very, very important. Earlier we were to discuss it. You know, what does a man want from a woman? It doesn't have to be from what Tulu mentioned there, Tulu. She said, it's a topic. What do men want from women in marriage? You know, from definitely it should lead to marriage. It could be in marriage or something leading to marriage. So part of what a man should look in, a man will like from a woman is hygiene. Hygiene. You don't want to go out with somebody whose hygiene is very deplorable. Mouth or the serious ones, smelling armpits and whatever is coming from under that you talked about. You know, men want honor. If you decide to go to the party and your wife is smelling anyhow, your partner is smelling anyhow, you don't want that. So the issue is how do you bring it to the attention of that person?
Thank you very much. What you're saying, I want to say something before we go on. I know a particular woman that is a burden on me. I don't know how to say to her because the odor that she emits when he uses when she was standing beside her, even in winter, from her armpit alone, and this is a married woman, and I've had people comment about it. So such person, maybe the husband, because our men, there was a couple I counseled, the pastors, and the man actually called the wife. I'm going to, sorry, beg your pardon, I'm going to say the way he said it. He said to her, and she's Christian and everything, you down below smelly, only diriru, only bomb riru. You understand? And the woman felt bad that she took it to me. And the man was like, yes, it smells. It smells. So do we have to, so men loves clean things. So don't think women will get complacent and say, but you have to understand I've gone to work. If you're one that you know your husband is active every night, after work, even if it's winter, you cannot shower, get inside the bathroom or your toilet, get a little bowl, wash down below, clean it up before you go to bed. And when you shave down below, it makes it a little drier and cleaner. So, but don't let's get complacent about that. So that's men talking about it. If any man in the house still want to say something, but hygiene is very important. Armpits. So when do men, it will be a very uncomfortable thing for you as a man, sir, to your wife's bum or when you a vagina is smelling. Do you understand? So how do you go about things like that? Would you use time to tell her or get the other? Mr. Ojo wants to talk. Go on, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Emmanuel, thank you for bringing us back to the topic. It's very important. I should not lose that focus of why we're here. There are so many questions about marriage and issues, but why we're here is what do we want in a woman? So we focus on that. Thank you very much. Okay. What I want, like that aspect of hygiene. People are very different. And I wake up this morning, I'm about to have mouth odor. My wife may wake up tomorrow and maybe she doesn't have mouth odor. What we do when I go to the tea, if not brush your teeth this morning, I have brushed it. No, go and do it properly. She will tell me to see. It's just say jokingly, like friendship brings all this thing up. Like one of Pastor said, if you have friends, then you will say you can literally joke. When two friends are friends, they say it to each other. But when there's trouble, it becomes trouble. That's what I don't think anybody say, my dear, I want to go down there tonight. I want to solve it. Go and clean it up. Let me have it clear. That's everybody saying that. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the friendship you have in communication that makes things easier. The second thing I want to say that one of the things I like in my woman, my wife, and she knows that, is her breast. I want my wife to wear the right bra. I want to see her breast.
I did hear that too.
Yeah, I want to see her looking sexy. I love it. She's more of Christ-like more than me. When she's going out, when she dresses, I don't know, see, don't button that thing, I want it to button that side. What's the problem? I want it. I like her to look sexy, but she nobody keeps stature. Even when she wears that trousers skirt, I say, can you not bring it off? What's happening? So, you know, I don't hide. I won't see beautiful girl outside. Oh, that gets pretty, and my wife inside. She's carrying my pants. She's just all over the place. She knows. I said, okay, well, I like when you have your bra and your pants the same color. You know, things like that. Say it out, communicate it. Because that things, I think the truth, that thing you see outside that triggers us. Then when I let your wife put on salt, say, you know, let's go for price. But many women, I'm sorry to I will say this sincerely, many women, and the first thing you see in a woman, take it or leave it, is the breast. Many women come pretty with lovely breasts, but they have the wrong bra. Women are very bad, so many women are very bad at wearing the wrong type of bra. Using the breast will just be all over the place. It's looking so, you know, why not swear? Women doesn't have husband to tell her about it. One of my ex-girlfriends was telling me something when I met her long ago. She said, "Did you know that you that taught me how to wear the right bra?" And she's there, she's always wearing the right bra. These are things that we feel that woman is like it. I'll tell you, woman, let her know this is. And also, they just ignore their front bit. And you see, woman, go to the flat. Just, you know, well, that's
comments out on Facebook, then Mr. Brimo will come online. You see, I love it when men are practical and then we say things. You see, it's high time that we let people, you know, your wife is your asset. You mentioned two good points there, Mr. Ojo. That one is very controversial. You mentioned about telling your woman, go and wash up, I want to suck the place. You know, some people have raised that as an issue. And then as Christian, you're not supposed to have sex and then platform, because I see life scenarios that people want to, you know, have oral sex with their wife, and she's speaking in tongues and she's saying it's a sin and things like that, and that is destroying home. So on that, you know, that's very, very controversial. But thank God for you for being bold, because we need people to speak out, to be bold, so that we will rescue homes, we will rescue marriages, we'll stop deceiving ourselves. You find out some men of God, they do all these things with their wives at home, but when they get outside, they still tell them and counsel them, don't worry, and they're enjoying their whole home. And you said something about women's boobs as well. That they said you should, women, if you're watching me, go and buy sexy bra. It's not a sin. Let your bra bounces. You know, there's a lot of things. You know, wear color. They say color code. You know, when you dress like that, your man is satisfied. Those are things that men sees outside in all girlfriends and they go for. When you are well kitted, he said he loves his wife breasts to bounce. That's what a man will foresee. So he said to some men it's bum, but he loves his wife's boobs. But what he's trying to say is, women, wear good bra size. Make sure your bra is bouncing well. I'm reading a comment. Madam Fumi Taylor said on Facebook, Joy Taylor, she said it's better to tell her to get some deodorant as a gift. That is, if her armpit is smelling or body is smelling, get deodorant. Then she went further to say, that's the fact. Tell your woman what you want. If you want her to dress sexy for you, why not tell her? So it's not a sin for your wife to get sexy. Please, these are things that our men want to see to keep home. You see some women, the moment they marry, they start tying wrapper in the house. They look draggy. Your man, before I go to Mr. Brahma, about 2 years ago, a man called me Actually, another one came online on my show last week, a real man, and said, I don't want to commit adultery. Help me to talk to my wife. She's driving the love down. This man actually called me 2 years ago as well from Nigeria. She said, I'm a Christian, I'm a deacon. I do not want to commit adultery. My wife has turned herself into mommy in the hole. She first started wanting to come in, Baba something. I said, can you stop that? Then I will get home. She only wear agbada. She looks draggy. I want her to wear something transparent. I want to be dazed by the beauty of my woman. So I'll throw it over to Mr. Brimos and anybody that if you want to say anything, please raise up your hand either virtually or openly. Please, let's quickly say all these things so that we can round up. We don't want it to be too long. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Brimos.
Yeah, I think men also want the women to be sociable, you know, sociable in terms of, for example, you have friends, you introduce your wife to your friend or your partner, and the person is not friendly, you know, so it can affect the kind of relationship. You want to be proud of your wife or your partner, you know, you want them to be sociable. But apart from that, I saw something today and I wanted to share it online. I was reading newspaper today when it talks about respect and understanding as well. How many of us remember Shina Peters?
Yes, Shina I do.
Wow, Sammy Peters. I read today and it's so instructive. We can say, okay, maybe they are not born in their own world. You know, we can learn from anyone, whether Muslim or not. And she was saying that this is a quote. Respect your husband even when he has done something wrong. So we can invert something. That means husband will love respect from their woman. Respect your husband even when he has done something wrong. Let him have his food and don't shout on him. Give room for dialogue and allow him. It may be controversial just reading. Give room for dialogue and allow him to tell lies, even when you know he's a liar. Moreover, if you can just look away and know that men are natural cheats, you will be at peace and pray to God to make your husband respect you and their home. Even if he's cheating, pray that he doesn't embarrass you and he should be respectful about that. You know, we're talking about understanding here from her. Look at somebody, Shina Peters. They've been in a relationship for about 39 years. And you know who Shina Peters is. And I was just learning from it as well. Look at the woman, you know. And he said, Shina Peters, according to her, he doesn't have more than one wife. He has one wife, although he has several people. So he's talking about
several people, several concubines.
We can learn. So several. So I was just thinking in my mind, now what is making Shina Peters to stay with one person, this woman, with all his philandering and what have you? You know, so he's telling us about what a man can want in a woman. You know, that's just a life. It's easy to talk about grammar here, you know, but I want us to relate with something, to relate to something that we can, you know, that we can recognize, you know. So what does this tell us? A man wants respect, he wants understanding, you know, understanding his frailty and what have you. So he will always come back, whenever if Shina Peters misbehaves, he will always come back to Sammy, knowing fully well that this lady understands him. You know.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll say some other points.
Thank you very much. Very soon we're going to there's a comment on Facebook as well. A Joyce Montali. She wrote, even a husband can buy lingerie that he wants his wife to wear. And then in everything, communication is key. There's no reason why a man can't tell his wife what he wants and vice versa. So people want to know all these things because these are personal needs that are not being met. You'll find out that a woman, at the end of the day, or women nowadays call for divorce after a long time, and they're like, you know, I can't. I'm tired because of the fact that the man is not satisfying them. A woman wants a man to ask her how do you feel? It's not about a man's world alone that, oh, it's only you. This is the way you satisfy me sexually. And I think one of our pastors that talked about that. A woman has needs as well. You know, a man should explore. I'm talking from a woman's perspective. I'm not a man, but a woman should explore that. I see that you are not enjoying it the way I'm enjoying it. How can you reach orgasm? How can you two enjoy it? And then all these things, bra, whatever. There was a question there that but no man was talking. Nobody picked that up about the fact that this oral sex thing, because it's always something people. Pastor Tokumbo has raised up his hand, and I'm going to pin him to answer those. Thank you, sir. Go on, sir.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I was going to also quickly mention something about what a man wants in the woman, so that, like we said, so that we don't go off tangent. Now, apart from what a man wants in a woman, like we said, communication is key. But you know, there are verbal communication and non-verbal communication. For example, your wife has armpit is smelling, down below is smelling. If it were my wife, I won't tell her that her armpit is smelling. I won't tell her down below is smelling. I will tell her, come, I want to shave my armpits. I think I'd like it when it's going to, that's how I do it. I will tell her, oh, I shaved my down below today. I think it's also be nice for you. Say why? I will tell her that because it will not be disturbing and it will not pain you. There's a way you use wisdom and you pass a message to the person because you don't want to hurt her feelings and you don't want to make her feel embarrassed. So there's a way, like also the one that you have been spending. Everybody knows you go to the shops. Well, as a man, you are the one who knows what you want from your wife. Buy her deodorant, buy her air spray, buy her perfume, buy her sexy lingerie from a woman. I can also take the initiative without also talking too much. By the time you do that, the woman will get the message. That's on that area. Now, the area of anal sex, or no anal sex, I think my brother was talking about.
No, I know. Oral sex. Oral sex is different from anal sex, sir. Anal sex is from where the poo-poo comes out. Oral sex is...
No, nobody does that. So that is number one. It is very... It is a sin before God, and if you're a Christian, you won't do that. Anal sex, so on two fronts, it's very, very dangerous. It's a sin. Why should you be, and then you are even going to hurt the woman when the Lord has provided the vagina for you to enjoy yourself? Why should you now go towards that one, towards that area? For me, that's a no-go area, and for me, I know it's a sin, and I know it is not healthy. It's not healthy for the woman. It's not healthy for the man. That's that one. But to enjoy yourself and so on, sucking your wife's breast is your prerogative, it's your right. All those, and then a man, as from what you want from your wife, yes, as a man, I tell my wife the things that she does to me that makes me to enjoy our love making. And I also ask her, don't say that I've been married for 20-something years. The fact that I'm married for 20-something years doesn't mean that you can't explore new ways of exciting yourselves. Because if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, it becomes a routine. There will not be any enjoyment. So you can explore. You can make love in the bath, put water there, put scented something there, enjoy yourself. Especially when the children are grown up and they have gone on holiday or they are not at home. Enjoy yourselves. Create new ways of enjoying your sex life. So I tell my wife that I like the writing, and we explore. But anal sex or whatever or all of those, I don't go there. I don't know for other people, but that's me. But other areas of enjoying and it's all right. That's why God created both of you and made husband and wife to enjoy a good sex life and so on. So I don't know whether I've answered all the questions. But that's
somebody just asked on Facebook before you go that so are we saying oral sex is wrong?
Oral sex. What do they mean by oral sex?
There's difference between oral and anal sex. Anal sex is where poo-poo comes from.
Yes,
yeah, that's anal sex. Oral sex is sucking themselves. Maybe a man licking a woman's vagina, a woman giving a man heads. They call it whatever. Okay. There's several slang for it. Yeah.
I will talk about myself.
Yeah, you've expressed yourself that for you is a no.
For me, I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
And we don't do that. Okay. That's for me. I don't know for other people, and I also believe that it may not be very healthy. I don't know, maybe the doctor say, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking it may not be very healthy. I don't know whether some people do that and they enjoy it. Different folks for different people, different strokes for whatever they call it. But for me, I can't do it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I'm going to mute you. Before I go back to Mr. Brymo, and before we start rounding up, what we're saying is, you see, when it comes to the issue and topic of marriage and what you do in your room, personally, I think it's between you and your God. You are one. I will stay on this. I spoke about it like 2 years ago, right? One of the things, the Bible did not call it a sin expressly. The Bible didn't talk about it. It talks about homosexual and things like that. It just talked about sex generally. So what people consider as sex, to me personally, I don't like it. Yeah, but I've seen a couple that the man told me, this is what I want in my woman, and they're married. And without that, he will go outside. And the woman said he doesn't mind. It was something like this. It was because of them I did the topic. That's those times. People like me, I'm on the streets marketing, as in Facebook, people contact me about their needs. So all I just told the woman is, in the context of the Bible, when we all see God, we stand before, in the context of the Bible. But one thing I know it's that I did research during that time is it could, because of the semen, and they said you can get infection from it. So if your partner, that's why it's not for people that are not married. But if you have your wife and your husband and both of you are clean, you're not doing outside marriage and you're okay, it's down to you, it's your prerogative. Like I said, I'm not going to say, because if it's what your man likes and you don't give it to him and he goes out, you're your own. Some girls will be out. That's why you have to talk about things. Communication matters before marriage. If you are such, you can try. And then people's level of Christianity differs. A man that you met on the road and whatever, even church, that is not strong spirit like you, and you are spirit, if he has this kind of thing in him, if you don't satisfy him, you find out that as people grow with the word of God, you wash him with the word of God, both man and woman, then people start understanding that those and don't do in marriage. But I think by and large, we should try as much as possible and satisfy our wives. I love what Pastor Tokumbo said as well about the issue of hygiene. I love that analogy. Thank you, sir. That instead of our men sometimes saying to our women, your bum is smelling. If you want her shaved, why don't you say, baby, you know what? Let's shave our down below. You are sort of, see, let's shave our armpits and let's get some deodorant and watch her do it together, so that she doesn't feel, he's controlling, he's trying to change me. I'm reading comments on Facebook, and I'll leave it to our people in the house, sir.
Okay, later we'll call some people. But before that, I just wanted to add to that in terms of giving practical experience.
Okay.
So for example, let's say I'm shaving. My wife suggests to me, because I've got papers. She just, okay, let me shave this. She will help me start shaving some other things inside of me, my armpits, my chest, my stomach area, you know that's what she wants. You get that? We have to look after ourselves. Hygiene, the same thing is what you pass a message, subtle message to your partner. This is what I want. This is what I want. And allow the person to have his way. If somebody say, okay, fine, I want my wife's boobs to be like this. Okay, buy the correct bra, or take her to where she can buy the other one and pay. Part of what a man wants also is trust. Trust. You want a trust. You want somebody who is trustworthy. Did you get that from a woman? You don't want to be looking at your back to see what is this woman doing or what have you. You know, you want to trust. For example, I have a situation where they say, I think I remember very well, the husband, the wife went to buy land and start building house without the husband knowing. For example, you'll be wondering how would the man feel when he gets to know that the wife is building house behind. So perhaps the husband is looking for somebody who he can trust. So that's part of what a man wants: communication, trust. You don't need to be looking behind your shoulders to check what your wife is doing. You want honesty. Then another thing concerning trust is you fight fairly. You fight fairly. You know, some people, when the going is good, fine. But when the going is not good, some people play dirty. You don't do that. There must be trust. There must be boundaries to say, okay, you can't fall below this, irrespective of whatever happens in life.
Okay, before you go on, sir, Mr. Brimo, I just want to read few, because I take my viewers along on Facebook, right? Regarding this issue of the oral sex, Fumitelo said, so are you saying oral sex is wrong? Oh, it's very good, sir. He said men love it. And then when it comes to marriage, I believe it's what both parties want. As long as it's with your wife or husband, I don't think this is wrong. Then Joyce Montal say, what infection? How are they going to get infection? They are married, they are within themselves. And then they said, sex is wrong. If it's up to both of you agreed, so it's up to them both. So that's the comment. Go on, sir. I just wanted to.
I wanted to just carry some people along a little bit for comments. People like Tola Animasham.
Yeah, anybody that. So who wants comment? They are not raising their hands up. That's the issue.
You call them, we will talk.
Okay, call them. You know them. So who do you want to call so I can spotlight them?
Tola Animasham. But if you want to hear from the perspective of men,
just pick one person at a time so I know who I'm picking.
Let's talk to Tola Animasham.
There's no Tola Animasham. Okay, I've seen her. Yeah. I've seen her.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You're muted, ma. She should unmute herself. You muted yourself. Unmute yourself, ma, Madam Tola. Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I actually don't know what you asked me. I was doing something, but I just heard Tola Animasham. I said, let me just tune in again.
Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe because she's a woman now. Okay.
So,
ordinarily, topic is about what a man wants for.
Does anybody in the house add something to say?
I know that. But what do you want me to say exactly? What's the question? Or you just want me to contribute generally?
We can contribute generally. I know you've been on since.
Yeah, exactly. I have been on since. I really appreciate all your contributions. You were like talking exactly to me when your question, when you were saying something about the physical look. The physical look is the first thing that attract men first before any other thing. I'm sorry, can I speak Yoruba? Because I just remember one adage that said, I don't know how they put it anyway, but let me just put it like that. But the first thing is some men, they prefer to the beauty. Although the adage said the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But at the same time, you can't see the beauty that is inside. It is the one that is outside that will attract the men first. Before any other thing, before you could say, okay, this woman is industrious, or this woman is, she's very polite, she's respectful, she's marriage materials or things like that. But the first thing is like you said, the beauty. Then One thing I want to chip in is what the pastor said the other time. He was saying about sex, talking about sex, that the woman is complaining about headache every time. Sure, she will complain about headaches when there's no support. She kept doing everything. Okay, you went out for the same job and you came back the same time. You were there watching telly, and the woman is doing the whole house chores while you are there doing nothing. You are the minister of remote control. So to be candid, we need to support each other. Back then in Nigeria, the women, our women would be playing something like we call a full housewife, and while men will go to work and come back, but doing it together, the house chores also, we must do them together because we're contributing financially to the same household. That is what I believe. I really appreciate you for calling me to add my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. Because of time, we have to speed up.
Pastor, if you can call Dada Larusi a little bit, even if it's for a minute,
okay,
you can moderate it what you want.
Okay.
From the perspective of men.
I'm at work now.
Oh, you can work. Okay, sorry, you can't talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at work. I'm sorry, I can't talk.
Okay, mute
I have
yourself.
to mute everything.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate at least you're listening. Now, a comment on YouTube. Clara James said some women do not know that they can't wear one than one day. She's a woman from the name Clara, so she's saying women understand that you have to change your undies every day and clean that. That's very essential. Clean down below every day. Wash it at least twice in the morning and especially in the night. Please, if there's a noise in the background. Okay, so we are going to. I will leave Mr. Brahma to round up now. We've gone for close to 2 hours. It's a long day.
So basically, men want.
So maybe
Okay, yeah, okay, all right. So please, can we? Somebody's talking there. Can we?
Who is that? Who is that?
Well, Wumi's iPhone.
Wumi's iPhone. Okay.
The man that is talking there, using Wumi's iPhone. Yes,
okay, so maybe on a parting note, maybe my final comment. While it is important, and I'm talking now for more of an advice to us men. Now, while it's important for us to talk about our desires, what we want from our women, but we must also recognize that when we don't get what we want, then what do we do? I believe that it's important at that point we should exercise patience. And somebody will say, but I've been patient with her. Somebody will say, go into long suffering. That is the desire of God. The point is that you won't want to ruin your home because you don't get one or two desires first. It's not an excuse because my wife I will go out. All that will send you to hell. You know that. If you become a fornicator, you start going out because, oh, my wife, that's not the God standard. If you want your wife to do something and you are not there, with prayer, go on your knees, start praying, and God will show direction. And if for any reason you are not getting that, that is where sacrifice comes in. You should be able to say, okay, if you won't bend for greater good, for other things, will I be willing as the man to make, say, as Jesus sacrificed himself, will you be willing to make a sacrifice? I will let it pass just for me to have. I've tried, I've done all I can, but she's not likely to be bendy. I've prayed about it, but I'm not getting. So what am I going to do? I start showing tantrum in the house, cause confusion. No, I will leave it and hand it over to God. I think for our household, for our family, for our children, for the place of every other thing, I think it's a perspective that we must never lose sight of. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is so wonderful. Thank you very much. In fact, you nailed it. Because if you want everything from your wife, and then you see, because sometimes it's good to say, this is what I want. I always say, if by the grace of God, you have a working marriage, you have your marriage that is smooth and everything, You don't know what people that are struggling in their marriage are going through. Everything you have said, they are doing it and saying it to this woman. She's just doing stubborn head that she's not doing. They can be frustrated. And at that stage, the man will be like, I've had enough. But I love that you brought up. So that after that, what about long suffering, perseverance, persevere, continue to tarry at the place of prayer, speak to her, all other things that you have said. There's no way all these things that we've explored tonight that your wife will be out of it. It's that she's not cooking for you or she's saying I'm tired. If she's saying I'm tired in the bed in the night, try to find out why are you tired. Then she's indeed tired, either emotionally or psychologically tired. Try to take her on holiday, let her unwind, try to know, okay, what you want me to do. And I love Mr. Ojo said something that if it makes you, it's your wife. It's your wife, you're bone of the bone, you're one. Let's stop talking about marriage as if we are different, we are separate. The moment you marry, you are one. You know, I'm going to read your comment on Facebook. You know, so get her, go on your knees, beg her. It doesn't take anything from you. It doesn't demean you. You would rather do that than get a divorce. Can you imagine? Beg her, do anything, take her on holiday, let her unwind, shift the attention from you to her for once, and let's see with prayer. Long suffering, don't give up on her. Persist on her. Bring back the youthfulness in her. Love her with your whole heart. Don't complain, but try and research, try and find out about women. Mr. Brimo said that from the start, but he didn't kind of nail it. He spoke about men. Men are irrational beings. Women were emotional. A woman can just start crying from nowhere. There's nothing wrong with her. You just think, what's wrong with you? And she herself will say, I don't know. And she doesn't know. She can just remember some things that father addressing it to your wife, and you will know. I'll read the comment on Facebook before I hand over and I sign up. My sister Fumi Taylor said again, when was the last time some men took their wife for a meal out? True. All of this, all of our men, nobody mentioned that. When was the last time you took her for a date? Just told her, baby, this weekend, don't cook. Let's go out. We know African men, we all like amala and egusi. Every day she's cooking amala. She's cooking. When my husband was still alive, there's no weekend we'll not eat out in a month at least once. In a year, at least twice or thrice. He will just take me to one, or it could be from Dagenham then to Slough. We just take an hotel. Horse, and we behave like children. We run around naked, smiling and doing silly things for ourselves. You know, even when he was doing wrong things in the marriage, those are the things that kept me going, that this man loves me. So look out for that. Then Fumi Taylor said, or get her a lingerie, you know, lingerie. Oh, dressing this, I want you. I used to dance naked for my husband in the room, and he'll be laughing. I'll be doing like a baby for him. He'll be laughing. You know, those like that. So she said something again. Fumi Taylor said, I have a date night once a month with my husband. Bless you. We go for a meal and picture of bowling. Women also like to be pampered. Please, it's been this, but you know, that's a voice of a woman. So I'm handing over to, thank you very much, everybody on Facebook. I really appreciate it. Those of you that are connected with us, and we're chipping your point. And those in the studio, I'm going to spotlight Mr. Brimo, and you round up, and we close for the night.
Come on. My wife just coming now. Come on. He wants to join us. Okay, see, the person that spoke from Nigeria nailed it on the head. You know, it's not all about, when we talk about what does a man want from a woman. Okay, see, a man wants. What we should look at is, if you can't find what you want, what you should do. In fact, when the Bible talks about it's better to give than to receive. If a man wants something from a woman, first of all, give. It's like you sow a seed and you expect harvest to come. Sow a seed. Part of sowing that seed is what you're talking about. Give your wife treats. Understand? Make her happy. Make her happy. Try and avoid things that can make her unhappy. You know, so that her spirit can be praying for you. And what have you? Women are just like flowers. If you pamper them very well, do the grounds very well, water it, nurture it, they blossom very well. You know, avoid putting her under pressure. Before you know it, she'll be reflected, because a woman is can reflect your image back to you. If you nurture her well, then you expect a lot from her.
Wow, I love that. I'm going to hold that. That a woman, so those women that we see are haggard outside is actually the picture of their husband we are seeing.
That is it. It's
wow,
reflection.
that is powerful.
Reflection. The mirror. Women are like mirror. Women are what they call it. What they call it. They not microwave. What they call it. The woman if you give a woman, let me say, materials, she will convert it to different things for you. Give a woman a house, you convert it to a home for you. Yeah. So it's what you do, give a woman that she will put in, what you put in that she will give you back. So if you talk about what does a man want from a woman, to me it should be, what should I do for the woman? And every other thing she will not give it to you. Just like the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing will be added. If you give a woman what she wants, she will give you what you expect. That's just the summary of it.
Wow.
Because it's very easy to expect a lot, but it's better to give, and the woman will give you back again.
Deborah raised her hand quickly. I'll go to Deborah. I don't know why you left your hand raising till later. I'll quickly unmute you. Okay, we can't spotlight you. Keep going.
Oh yeah. Hi, good evening. I think I'm one of the youngest married ones here, so that's why I just wanted to say that. And these are things we kind of struggled with when we first got married and we were quite very young. Women want honesty. When you're dealing with a woman, if you tell a woman that you're going to Shola's house, she wanted to be sure that you're going to Shola's house. If you said to her you're going to Dagenham, don't let her get to know that you have been to North Village. So I think honesty is one of those things that are very, very important. My husband is a businessman. So at the time, businessman likes to tell some little lies to cover up when things doesn't work in business. And I'm like, yay. Sometimes when I said yeah, even the person that's talking to over the phone would have known that this man has done something wrong. So these are just some of those things that get women discouraged in a relationship. So women want openness, honesty, and we also love respect. The same way we respect our husband, we want our husband to also show us that kind of respect as well. I know the way man show respect is totally different from a woman, because to them they still see you as their property. So they will tell you, I'm the man of this house, which is good. But we acknowledge that men don't need to tell us. We acknowledge that you are the leader, you are in charge. We give you that. But the more we respect you, we also want the same kind of respect back. And sometimes it's just a pat on the back. A woman has been at the kitchen for hours cooking, and you just come along to serve me. These are things that get women worried. Like, you don't even appreciate me. I've been here sweating all day. So a little, well done, my dear, a little pat on the back. Like someone said, also go for once in a while, maybe once in a month date or whatever. So these are things that actually get women going on the marital journey. So honesty, being appreciating their efforts, and at the same time complimenting them and being honest with them.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. Somebody just had a go on you, had a go at you on Facebook now, that the topic is, what does a man want from a woman? So I was going to tell you that keep your question till next week. Everybody in the house, please, next week, same time, is the flip over. Then women are empowered. I'm going to bring a woman speaker on. We're going to talk next week is what we women, you will now see us in all this one that we are asking you men, and you are going around the bush, and when I see her, I like respect. I'm not saying the thing, see respect that's making you to go and meet all this girlfriend outside. Yeah, the thing, you want sex, you want this real thing. But women, we are not ashamed, because we are tired of you telling us to be the pastor, the cook, the mother, the caterer, the everything, and we don't know what. So we will tell you what we want. But we really appreciate everyone today. 8:30, same time, I will do it. Let's join Zoom. I like this because it's interactive. I want real voices for us to talk. It's been good having Mr. Abramo. He's on Spotlight now. I will just give him a few minutes to round up and we'll leave. Thank you, everybody.
Well, thank you so much for everything. But like we said, I have so many things that we can talk about in terms of what men want from women. Because of time, we can't talk about it. But all I will just want you to understand is, for example, there's a particular song. Say, Momo, ìyàwó mi fún fọ́nbọ̀, ìyàwó mi tó fẹ́ mi dénú, tó mọ rú ìwà tí mo fẹ́, àyà mi àtàtà, kò jẹ́ rúwà tí ó dá, màdàrú máa lọ, màdàrú máa lọ. You need to understand yourself. You need to love yourself more, strengthen yourself in love. Before you know it, what you want from the woman will manifest it without you thinking of what you want from her. Make your wife happy and everything will be okay.
Thank you very much. Clara James on YouTube said, yes, that's the why I find it difficult after my husband died to remarry, because the woman knew what she wanted and I took care of her. Thank you everyone for joining us. I appreciate everyone. Modupe, Laron, even that you're not speaking, Ola, Wumi's iPhone. Pastor, thank you so much. That was awesome. We'd love you to join us next week. It's 8:30 p.m. The same link, Zoom account, everybody. Ariola, Happy, Infinix X603, Tokubo's iPhone. Our daddy, Olatunji and mommy Ojo, bless you so much. I love you. I love couples that are very real. And you can see that the way they are there, nothing can come in between them. Give yourself what you want and enjoy your home to the best. I appreciate Fumi Taylor, Joyce Montali, and people on Facebook, Motilayo, Bingpe, Akitola, Olasuji, Olayemi, couple of people. If I don't call your name, I appreciate you all for staying with us. Mary Olawumi, please, Tandia Agro, everyone, let's meet 8:30. The link is there. It's just a click on the link. It doesn't take anything. You know, just click it and then it brings you to the chat room. You'll be able to ask 3 questions. So we'll be doing a lot of series. I'm going to be bringing a lot of people onto this platform to make it interactive. One more time, I cannot thank you enough, Mr. Ibrahima. You've been after his by now. Thank you very much, Mommy Ibrahima. Thank you. I know we've had a good day. Thank you. The Lord bless you for letting your husband be a blessing. Okay, I'm going to unmute everybody in the house. If you can just help me to say thank you to each and every one of us. Thank you. Bye, everyone. So I will see you by the grace of God 8:30 next week. Facebook, thank you, everybody. Bye. Bye, Deborah. Mommy Deborah, I picked your voice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good one. God bless us. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Father, we give you praise, Lord. We give you praise, we give you honor, we give you adoration. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. God bless you. Mommy Clara, bless